Yeah, good to be in your company and in the company of Erina Makairi from the Magic and the Cruise Missile, Mr. Tangera. What a way to bring the curtain down on a season, 57 all at the end of full time. Of course, the Mystics and the Tactics go to extra time and the Mystics get the win.
Yeah, and like Dean said in commentary, it wouldn't be the ANZ Premiership if we didn't have an extra time.
Yeah.
Full credit to both teams. You know, the Mystics really came out firing. They were strong right from the get-go, but also to the Tactics as well. You know, they had a big challenge in front of them, but despite not getting into the elimination final, they put their best foot forward tonight, and full credit to them. What about you, Erina?
Oh, that looked horrible. I don't know if I'd want that for my last double-header game of the game, but like you said, it's just what the season's had, and it's been great to have that close competition going into World Cup year.
Tactics left their run late. You felt their fury just a week ago in Rangiora. When they're on song, they go pretty well, don't they?
They do, and I was about to say, like, they've had great games, and like most of it's been on Tapaya. She did amazing tonight, and she did amazing when she played against us, which made us pick between who do we mark. So yeah, it was great.
And we also saw it down in Wellington as well when they played the Pulse. They were unstoppable. Right from the get-go, they really showed, you know, what they can do as a team. But unfortunately, like Kimi Oropoi said, they put themselves in a really hard position before the game even started. But as we go back to the OB now, the MVP for this evening's game is Phoenix Karaka. Tēnā koe whi, thank you so much for your time. Well, another extra time match for you guys, but how are you feeling given, you know, that's the end of the regular season?
Happy, obviously, with the win, and obviously to win the third extra time that we've been a part of. Yeah, I'm stoked that that game's over, really.
Yeah, you love those extra time performances, don't you? And you love playing alongside Sulu as well. What does it mean to be back alongside her now that she's fit and firing again, Phoenix?
You know, there was a lot of ball that I got, and probably why I was player of the game that she created for me. So the fact that I'm not going to be able to have her next year is a huge loss, but not just for me, but for the team. She brings, obviously, that voice that you can hear from the sideline and on TV sometimes, but the love and the care that she has for everyone in the team. She always puts the players first and everyone else first, and we're going to miss that, but I think she's done really well in terms of embracing those younger ones coming through, especially Karis. So yeah, I'm going to miss her. She's my friend, but just on court, she's such a great leader.
Yeah, hey, it's Erina, and look, I know that feeling, and so prepare for the emotions on your last game, but you're going into finals, so how does that feel? Like, firstly, actually, how did you feel when it went into overtime? Because I know me, I would have been like, let's just finish now.
There were definitely a few F-bombs, but I think purely because we had put ourselves in that position again. I was just a little bit disappointed, but have to be happy with the fact that we were able to win this time. It's hard to, I guess, go back to back and then go into extra time again, but yeah, just pleased to get the win before our final.
Well, speaking of the final, you're straight through, playing on June the 4th. How excited are you guys to not only win that game for your team, but also for Sulu Fitzpatrick, given it will be her last game?
Yeah, as a team, we winning last night's game, we didn't really think about the final. It was more what next for this game, and trying to secure the win, and obviously to prep for the final because we won't have a game next week. But yeah, I kind of forgot your question. Sorry.
Oh, well, Cruz is forgettable, Phoenix. You know, look, I didn't mean that, Cruz. You're
She'll probably agree to.
You look gorgeous, Phoenix. That's all that matters. You look great.
Keep playing well, keep looking good, and we'll see you at the Globox in a couple of weeks, Phoenix Karaka. Well done on your performance tonight.
Awesome, thank you.
Here are her stats, Cruz. Yeah. She was great tonight.
Well, she absolutely was great. If you look at those gains, intercepts 6 for her and also 4 intercepts for Phoenix Karaka. But it was that combination, as we spoke about, with Sulu Fitzpatrick as well. You know, Sulu's coming back from injury, but they were just so seamless tonight. And I think you would agree how sensational they were. Yeah,
of course. Like, that's outstanding, those stats there. That's almost a game wrap. You could play off those stats for one whole team. So Fee did amazing.
So it ended 57-all at the end of regulation. We went into extra time. The Mystics win at Eventfinder Stadium 64-61. But how did the rest of round 12 go? Well, we're able to tell you on Netball Zone. It all started on Saturday night at TSB Arena. It was the Pulse, undefeated in 8, up against the desperate Tactics. And the Tactics, I kid you not, if you did not see this game, their starting 7 dominated every other member of the Pulse starting 7. Kimiora Poi was the MVP, the player of the match. But in truth, you could have picked any one of those women in red. They were all sensational. Remember, they did it for 3/4 of the game without Jane Watson. She sat on the sideline pedaling a bicycle for most of the game, only appeared in the last quarter. And Paris Lokatui was sat down for 2 minutes, Cruz. Absolutely outrageous performance from the women in red.
It was an outrageous performance. And if we head to Takanini yesterday, where the Mystics overcame the Stars, you know, a lot riding on the line for both of these teams. The Mystics are through to the final, as we know, but the Stars, they've just secured the elimination final spot as well. But MVP for that game was Phil DeVuy. She was outstanding. A great sort of supporting role to Grace Wicke and just doing the things really nicely. Her entry into the circle was great. Like we spoke about tonight as well, the defensive end for the Mystics really stood up. But again, full credit to the Stars for really coming home strong and getting that bonus point, which secured the elimination
bonus point, Bruce.
Yeah, tonight. So great game from both teams yesterday. Game 3, Elena, you were playing in that game. How was that for you?
I was, and then I flew straight here just for you, Cruz. But anyway, if we take...
What about me?
Oh, yeah, and you. You know, if we take that ladder, we flip it upside down. Really, it was a clash of the top of the table because it looked like that. That's what they say anyway, standard. You know, only 1 point in it, still were hard to beat, especially in their fortress. Their crowd's crazy, and we could feel it. And then we had to do it for our girls. Not only Bailey finishing up, but Claire. So there was lots of emotion there before the game, during the game, and after the game, and I felt it myself.
Tough for the Steel, eh? Going through an entire season without winning a game. And you felt it yesterday. They were desperate for that win. And they've done it a couple of times, haven't they? They got so close to beating the Pulse in Invercargill, and again yesterday up against your Magic.
Yeah, and I was saying some other teams have had those, you know, seasons too where they've only probably won 1 game or for still no games, but they've given it to every team. And we knew going in there they weren't going to give it to us easy, and every other team knew that too. Yeah, they just had a hard run.
Yeah. Now we know our top 3. We know who's going straight through to the grand final at the Glow Box. It's the Mystics and the elimination final on Sunday to Raupraha Arena. It's the Pulse hosting the Stars. What happens in that one, Cruz?
Yeah, it's a really tough one, and I wish I had, you know, my God-given talents of
the
crystal ball, of knowing who would win. At this point in time, I'm probably going to pick the Stars just because they're coming off, you know, even though they lost on Saturday, they were on an 8-goal winning streak. So, you know, it's going to be a tough game, but I'm going to pick the Pulse. What about for you?
I think the Pulse will have the home side, which really gives to them, and I think they're coming off that loss, so they're just going to fire them up. So I think Pulse are coming, but I really want the Stars to do well because they're just like that side that always does well in the semi-finals, and then you're just like, come on, take it to the final. But hey, I'm going to go Pulse.
It's hard. It's hard.
You've been flipping the whole time.
I know.
You've been,
I like them both.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Oh, they both can't go through to face the Mystics in the grand final on June 4. Look, somebody who will be desperately wanting the Stars to go through is Ali Temu. She comes from a sports-mad family, that Stars defender.
Shining brightly for the Northern Stars this season has been Ali Temu, the 24-year-old taking on an increased leadership role at the defensive end this season, alongside Holly Fowler and Kalera Nawai-Valdau, with Anna Harrison no longer in the mix.
Scar's amazing. She still comes into some of our trainings today. I think she can't stay away. But she really taught me to play to my own strengths. Everyone's different and we all are good at different things. So yes, she says, keep moving, arms up, like how she plays. But then she was also like, but you're really good at attacking the line of the ball, so make sure you keep doing that.
Paying the price for a very nonchalant pass, and the Stars were up for it.
Actually played with Holly and Mags, so that was pretty cool that we went back into Goal Keep Goldie there. And then Kalera, she's just awesome. She's big, solid, reads the game really well, and then quite fluid. So it's quite a good change that kids can use either one. So yeah, but I've really enjoyed playing with them and just taking into that leadership role, I guess, yeah.
Ellie Temu's netball prowess comes as no surprise, as it's fair to say a passion for sport runs right through the Temu family. Ellie's formative years were spent watching her dad Jason play professional rugby league for the likes of the Warriors and Newcastle Knights in the early 2000s.
He often talks about stories where he played, and when we watch footy now, he's always like, yeah, keep running legs, and he knows like all this like league lingo. But yeah, him and Mum have really like supported all of our sporting journeys, which has been awesome. Like my younger sister plays netball, and then the other one plays softball, rugby league growing up. So like we're definitely sporty, which is awesome, and yeah, supported always, so it's cool.
She's a better professional than what I ever was, mate. You know, she trains hard and she looks after her injuries, where back when I used to play, sort of carried on and just keep playing, you know, not look after it. Where she's showed me a lot of things that I should have learnt back then.
Temu's impressive rise for the Stars saw her capped by the Silver Ferns last year, a moment her dad will never forget.
Yeah, I got a teary eye there, and so did she. It was a very proud moment, and one that I'll cherish for a long time.
As a little kid playing netball, you always want to be a Silver Fern, and as I was progressing towards that and like playing in the ANZ and everything, I was like, oh, it actually could happen. And then I think when it finally did happen, I was really good, like for the first bit of the national anthem, and then I was like, oh my goodness, this is really happening. And I knew my family were there, and I just knew what it took to get to that like moment. And yeah, I think it just was like, boom, it all just flooded out. But then it was good that I kind of was like, okay, it's okay. You've got a game to play now. But yeah, it was special.
The goal is to, of course, add to her 4 international caps by continuing to perform strongly for the Stars.
Just, yeah, keep putting my best foot forward and putting my hand up for opportunities if they are there. But then most importantly for the Stars, I just really want to finish well. That is obviously like priority, but then Ferns is in the back of my mind, just yeah, keep putting my hand up for that.
Ellie Temu, she is elimination final bound. It's a nice consolation prize, actually, given that she did not make the Sky Sport netball teams in Form 7. Don't look at me like that, Cruz. Let's remind everybody what the 7 looks like. And yeah, she's not there, the defensive end with Berger and Jury. Cruz, what stands out for you in this 7?
Well, one person that I did pick initially was Maddie Gordon, and rightfully so. She's been sensational this whole season. But from picking her, and as the competition has gone on, my choice has sort of changed to Kate Heffernan. I thought Kate Heffernan has been absolutely amazing, especially towards the latter end of this season. Don't look at me like that, Grant. Yeah. And it's because of the amount of ball that she's picking up. She sits 3rd on the intercept stats for most, and of course most intercepts, 26 to her name, only 14 to Maddie Gordon. And you know, when you come up against big international teams, you need a player that can turn over ball, and it is Kate Heffernan, and not only her defensive game, but also her attacking game as well. She was picked as the attacking player of the Quad Series earlier this year in South Africa. So much potential for Kate Heffernan, and I feel like she's sort of the game changer that the Silver Ferns need.
Yeah, and maybe we shouldn't punish her just because she didn't have George Fisher in the shooting end. Erina, what about for you, the standout in our Form 7?
Well, that was my first time really looking at it. Standout really is the coach. I'm like gutted that I wasn't in the Sky team to pick that team, you know, like firstly I wasn't there, but that's okay.
I gave you 3 points.
Oh, thank you, that's all that matters. I would like change a few people in there, but my standout's probably Peta Tuiava, and we saw her tonight. She was amazing, but I'd have her in my team. I would shuffle around another couple of people, Bailey maybe, you know, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm picky. I'll pick like even Jane Watson. She's not in that one, but I would have. Guys, what team were you picking?
Well, the Form 7 with all of the former Silver Ferns that we have on staff.
And look at my girl here. Look at her, Peta. You can't go past her. She's a game changer and a point of difference. I always say Peta Tuiava, a point of difference.
And that combination she has with Grace Nweke, we rave about it week after week after week, the telepathic combination, Cruz.
Yep, and we've seen it against Australia last year in the Consolation Cup as well. You know, it was very much unstoppable. So, I mean, I don't envy the selectors for the Silver Ferns team. It's going to be a hard pick. And I guess good luck to everyone that's putting their hand up.
Yeah, all right, it's time to compose ourselves, take a breath, because, yeah, the time has come. We've been asking for your TikToks all season long. We are about to reveal the grand prize winner. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yep. Thank you so much. Over the course of 12 rounds, we've received thousands and thousands of entries. And some of them have been exceptional, others have been questionable. I'm not going to lie to you. The netball team here at Sky have been ferreting through the absolute top draw ones, and we can reveal to you now that the winner is Solway College netball team. Congratulations, to you. Well done. Cruz, an outstanding effort.
Outstanding effort, and we actually have our sponsored Puma athlete next to us, Irina Makaire.
How convenient.
Yes, I mean, how lucky are they to be receiving such an amazing prize package?
Well, Cruz, you and I both know because we're both Puma athletes, and you can tell by my flashy shoes we're both Puma athletes. But you know, they're so lucky. They're amazing, and they've got some amazing gears. So if you want shoes like me, kids, you've got them now.
Yes, absolutely. Well, don't forget, congratulations again to Solway College. Well, it is the final episode of Cruise Control. Take a look. No Mai Hoki Mai Ki Cruise Control, a netball segment where we offer you netball tips to improve your netball game. Today, we'll be looking at getting around the body on the circle edge. On the throw-in, your player wants to be confusing the space moving around the body. Once the ball is released, you come around with the two hands, get the intercept, look down the court and let the ball go.
Cruz, I love Cruise Control, but you give away all our tips and tricks, and I think, oh, I hope the next team we're playing doesn't watch it. But do, because it's great. Anyway, E-News, you know it, E-Moves. Here we go, it's the last one. I got you. All right, it's the last segment of E-News, and I'm tired, but we had a princess on E-News one time, but you know what? We got the undisputed queen of the circle. Welcome in, Bailey Mears. Come in, my mate. Welcome, Bailey Mears, to E-News.
Thank you so much.
Thank you firstly for being on it and on your way out. Like, it's an honour, Queen Bailey.
I couldn't be more thrilled to be here, to be honest.
I know. All right, Bailey, you're finishing up. To my breakable heart, spill the tea with Auntie E. What are you going to do? Where are you going to? Why are you leaving me?
I've told you, I'm so sorry. I've told you. No, I'm going back to Auckland for a little bit. Well, for the foreseeable future. Still working, unfortunately, going back to full-time work, but that will be a nice change, and the rest, I have no idea.
Who do you work for, just quickly?
Sky, actually.
Ooh, shout out to Sky. All right, Bailey, I got some defense questions for you. Okay, so you got to pick a defender, okay? Because, you know, I just got to get the last one out of my system, so defenders, okay? Umpire conversation defender. Who talks to the umpire the most?
Is that not you?
Bailey! Okay, yeah, I'll take it. I thought it was Sulu. Okay.
Closely followed by Sue, yeah.
Nice.
Love you.
Miss Apologetic. Sorry.
Probably Sulu as well.
Yeah, she does say sorry. In a good time. Love that, Sulu. Okay, the effortless looks good one. I got my idea on who this is. Not me.
Effortless looks good. Fee.
Fee, it is Fee, right? Okay, 15 years. There's countless yo-yos, it's countless Broncos, it's countless umpire calls and all those things. What's the one thing you won't miss?
Strapping my ankles.
Bailey, actually, how much strapping do you use?
Too much. I'm probably 70% of the strapping budget.
You are correct. And last but not least, we normally do up on game, but you're out on game because you're off. What do you leave the world with to up their game, to out their game? You know, what's one thing you leave the world with to have a better life?
Oh, just find what makes you happy. Happiness in the small things.
I love you.
Love you.
And I miss you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
B-Mee is the queen of the circle. Can jump, can rebound, can shoot. We'll miss you. Come back and play anytime, okay? When we need a shooter.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Don't go back to business. All right, that's E-News with my favourite, Bailey Mears. We out. That's it. E-News is done. Bye.
Yeah, one of probably the best news bulletin in New Zealand, Irina Makaire. Thank you so much for providing the journalistic integrity that the Netball Zone show needs. It's come to an end.
It is.
Your favourite one and why?
Okay, well, I've really got to credit the people in the back, the powers that be here at Sky, because I found like it was Amelia Ann's one because they did those little thingies at the bottom. I was like, now people can really understand me. Because my team says they can't.
My favourite one was the one with Laura Malcolm down in Christchurch, and you were teaching her Kiwi slang. And my favourite one was chur my chur.
Thank you, because that was
And
hard.
Doran doesn't know what that means, so can you explain to the people
in the
watching
dark,
what that means?
Oh, so-
I'm totally in the dark.
So I can't credit this because it's Mons and Sammy that say it all the time, and they say it to me. But if Cruz is my chur, so that's chur, like he's chur, I'll be like chur, my chur.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if
Yeah,
that's
I
your
understand
mate,
it now.
Yeah, nice.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome. That's all E-News is about, is informing the world that, you know, what is out there in the netball world. But you know what, if the powers that be, if they want more, they've got to ask for it.
Yes, and hopefully they do. Well, the last time we were together, it was at Fast Five. We were working together. The first time you were presenting for E-News. How was that for Sky? How was that for you to not only present but also work with me? Look at us. We're dancing. We're showing everyone how to move. I mean, I'm embarrassing. But did you enjoy that?
I've got secondhand embarrassment for myself. I cannot
This is
deal
good.
of my poor family.
This is a Dancing with the Stars audition, isn't it?
Like I said, we're gonna change it up next year. We're gonna make it E-Moves with Cruz. No, that is embarrassing. But hey, that's what it is. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being with you lot and having fun. And Fast Five, man, that's a beast. That's fun.
Let's try and get serious for a moment, if you'll allow us to.
Sorry, okay.
The Magic season that has been, 6 wins from 15, but it could have been so much better. You lost 3 games by 1 goal. Like,
Yes.
What happened in those moments that you weren't able to get over the line?
I don't know. If I could pinpoint it, we probably would have won the other ones after it. You know, like I remember like absolutely being shattered after that Pulse game just by 1 point, and I had put everything out there, and so that's just the nature of the game at the moment. Like we're extra time, we're overtime, you know. But yeah, it was a better season than we've had. And you don't have to say it like that, whatever it was out of 15 games, okay? We were close in
It could
some.
have been 9 out of 15. That was the point I was trying to make.
Okay.
Well, just quickly, talking about your daughter, she's following in your footsteps playing netball. How proud are you of her?
Yeah, I'm extremely proud. She's just made the Rotorua under 14s rep team that go to Taranaki. So, that's my baby. She's nearly my height and she's 13.
Jeez. Stop it.
She's going to be unbelievable. She's a shooter, thank goodness, because she's a princess too. She's Queen Bee.
She'll be at the Magic next season. All right, shall we wrap things up for the regular season of the ANZ Premiership? This is what happened in round 12. The Tactics kept their season alive on Saturday night, and then the Stars basically extinguished all hope they had with a bonus point on Saturday afternoon. Here is your final ladder standings, Cruz Tangata.
Yes, so we know now the Mystics will head straight through to the grand final. In the elimination final this Sunday down in Wellington, the Pulse will host the Stars, a big match coming up at the latter end of this week.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. We're right at the pointy end of the competition. Remember, later this week, we've got the Inside Netball podcast, and Netball Zone will be after Te Raupraha Arena, the elimination final. My thanks to Irina Makairi, thank you so much for coming in, and the Cruise Missile, Mr. Tangata, thank you for yours. We leave you tonight with a very emotional scene in Invercargill. Take care.